Hey, what's up, guys? Xavier Cottle with Hawks and Analysis coming back at you again with another picks and predictions video. We're going to be doing week 7. Usually, how I do this, I do week 7, and then at the end of the video, I'll go back and review my week 6. I think I went 10-4 this week, so that's not too bad, I guess. A few upsets in there that I didn't really expect, and I don't think most people expected either. But before we get into the video, if you like football content, if you like film analysis, if you like power rankings, if you like picks and predictions, I'm your guy to come to. This is all I do on my channel. I'm posting 7 videos a week, bringing you all the latest NFL content you can see. If you like that, if you like the NFL, come to me. I'm your guy. But, without further ado, let's get into this video. Browns, Bengals. I'm going to have to take the Browns in this one. Bengals looked pretty good versus the Colts, but they blew that lead, and I thought that was kind of fluky. I think the Colts defense, for 2 weeks in a row, have really come out and played poorly to start a game, and then second half they just go into this shutdown mode, and no one can do a thing. It's what you saw against the Browns. Browns scored 3 points in 2 quarters last week, and then the Bengals this week scored 3 points in 3 quarters after the first one. So, the Browns defense is nowhere near as good as the Colts. That being said, but Joe Burrow is going to be getting better game by game, but I don't think that Joe Burrow can hang with this super, super high-powered Browns offense. We saw them get shut down by the Steelers, so that's going to be a little bit blow to them, but the Bengals are nowhere near the Steelers in any aspect, any way. So I still feel pretty confident about this Browns pick. Still yet, we're going to be going to the Bills, Jets, Bills. You know how the Jets are. Adam Gase is. I kind of feel like Adam Gase apologist a little bit because up until a couple weeks ago, I was really like, he shouldn't be fired. His team, blah blah blah. But now at this point, it's just like they're getting worse. They're not getting better. They're getting worse. So I have to. I can't vouch for him anymore. Adam Gase probably needs to go. It's probably time to part ways. But I think Bills take this one very easily, to say the least. Steelers, Titans. Steelers. I do like the Titans. I like who they got. I like Derrick Henry. Tannehill's look pretty good, but for them to win, they would have to just. I don't know. Ryan Tannehill would have to have his best game, and Derrick Henry would have to have a similar game to last week, where he had 264 yards total. And I just don't think they're going to do that against the Steelers at all. I don't think this Titans defense is engineered to stop this Steelers offense. Especially they have a really good play caller. They've had the same coach for years now, and he's a multi-time Super Bowl winner. Steelers have the coaching, they have the personnel. This Steelers team could be a Super Bowl contender. It would be interesting to see them and the Chiefs play in the playoffs. That would be such a great game to watch. Chiefs Broncos. Give me the Chiefs. Yeah, 100%. Broncos played really good versus the Patriots. I was really surprised to see them play that well. That's kind of alarming now that I've seen that. I don't know what happened to the Patriots. No clue. Zero clue what was happening in the Patriots camp. Cam Newton, it just looked terrible. But Broncos look pretty good. I'll say that. Drew Lock didn't look too bad until the 2 ugly interceptions late in the game. Don't know what that aggression was about. They were already up. But still yet. Drew Lock didn't look too bad other than the interceptions, like I said, which they're really bad. I can't say he had a good performance, but he was rolling out of the pocket, play action, hitting people on the run, hitting Jerry Jeudy. He looked good. He looked good. And I'm excited for this Broncos squad because they've been, ever since Peyton Manning left, they've just been a bad team. And Drew Lock, before pre-injury, was supposed to be a good quarterback this year. Or he was progressing last year. He's supposed to be a good quarterback this year. And after this game, I've seen a few flashes from Drew Lock I like. So, hey, Broncos might be a team to watch here in the next couple weeks. Jaguars, Chargers. Give me the Chargers. Jaguars. They look decent. At the first game of the year, and then now they're just terrible. People figured out this offense. Their offense is really getting stopped now. That Deacon Dunk stuff they were doing, it's just not happening now. Their offensive line play definitely is an upgrade from last year, but still, yet they just can't ground and pound, run it down someone's throat, and then open up the play action. Like their passing opens up their run game more than anything, more than their run game opens up their passing. And when Gardner Minshew isn't playing against a bad secondary, he's not doing anything. So their offense is really, it's just bad in my opinion. Their defense isn't that good either, but they got Josh Allen, C.J. Henderson, Taven Bryant. I don't know if you guys know who that is. He's a really explosive defensive lineman. Miles Jack, Schobert. Like they have a good defensive core, a good young defensive core. It'll be interesting to see the Jaguars in the next couple of years because you remember that run they had in 2017. We could see that again 2021, 2022. But still, yeah, I'm taking the Chargers. I think they're a more complete roster right now, and I think Justin Herbert's a man on a mission trying to prove himself in this league. Packers, Texans. Definitely give me the Packers. Packers are absolutely embarrassed right now, and I think they're going to come back out and lay it on the Texans, who are a suffering squad. They played good against the Titans, but that was just on the arm of Deshaun Watson. The Packers have a lot better secondary and a lot better defense than the Titans have, so I think this is going to be it's not going to be close in my opinion. I think the Packers, Mike McCarthy is going to come out with a vengeance after the last game. Niners, Patriots. This is a tough game to call. Niners just come off a very impressive win versus the Rams. Patriots are coming off a very, very bad loss versus the Broncos. I really didn't expect either of these teams, the 49ers to win. I didn't expect the Patriots to lose. But now this is a really hard game for me to call because I don't know what's going on with the Patriots. I have a lot of faith in Bill Belichick. You know, how often do you see Bill Belichick lose 2 in a row? You know, it's the greatest coach to ever walk the face of this earth in the NFL, hands down. But it's a really hard game to call. But I'm going to give it to the Patriots because I think even though the Patriots' front seven is horrible right now, he lost every linebacker he had before this season. And he just doesn't have anyone on the defensive line either. But he has that great secondary, and he has Cam Newton at quarterback, and he showed flashes of being great this season. So I'm going to give this one to the Patriots. 49ers got a little bit more to prove to me before I start, doubting, but before I start giving them the benefit of the doubt again. But when they got that cornerback this week, they showed a lot of promise. I really liked how they were playing. It's going to be interesting to see. It's going to be a really good game. Raiders, Bucks. It's going to be a good game too. Raiders beat the Chiefs. Bucks just laid it on the Packers. So I got to give this one to the Bucks. The Bucks looked super impressive last game. They lost to the Bears, came off the Bears loss, and put 38-10 against the Packers. Yeah, who would have thought? But still, yeah, I think this will be a really good game. I think the Raiders have all the offensive pieces they need to be great, but their defense, pass rush to zone coverage combo, pass rush secondary combo is just awful, in my opinion. They got Max Crosby, who has like a 7% pass rush win rate, but they had 10 sacks last year. If anything, that says something about the secondary more than it says anything about the defensive linemen, but whatever. Still, yet. I think Buccaneers win this game. Giants, Eagles. Give me the Eagles. Carson Wentz, man on a mission right now. I've watched him break off a 30-yard rush where he would refuse to go out of bounds. You had to tackle him. He seems angry, man. He's tired of all these doubters. You see how he's played. Every year he's been healthy, what's he done? Elite play. Elite. Nothing less. And people want to hate on him. Oh, Carson Wentz is bad. Oh, the injuries have destroyed his career, blah, blah, blah. He has nobody. Nobody. There's nobody on that team for him. Nobody. I've never seen a elite quarterback so deprived of talent in my life. This is the first time I've ever seen a quarterback who is truly elite, completely deprived of talent because their organization is just too incompetent to get someone around him. And then people are like, oh, Arcega Whiteside. That dude is not, he's not who he needs. He needs a real receiver. He needs a wide receiver number one. And right now he's playing with a second rounder, and then every other player on his that starting is like a sixth rounder undrafted. He's just in a bad spot. But I think Carson Wentz is still good enough to beat this giant squad. I think their defense still has Fletcher Cox and Brandon Graham and a few other guys over there that are good that can beat this giant squad. So it could be an interesting one to see, but I think Eagles take this one. Lions, Falcons. My bad about going on the soapbox there. I just hate this narrative that Carson Wentz has somehow regressed in his 20s and just is no longer a good quarterback. Yeah, right. Anyways, Lions, Falcons. Give me the Lions. Falcons, man. They won against, they won against the Vikings, but they're not good, man. I refuse to believe it. They have nobody on their defense. Their defense is like either has-beens or they're really just lacking depth there. Their offense, I mean, they still got Matt Ryan, Julio, Calvin Ridley. Yeah, they got Todd Gurley, but Todd Gurley doesn't look that good. He has no explosion in my opinion. But still, yet I got to give this one the Lions. I think Matthew Stafford and company, that upgraded secondary on their defense, Jeff Okudah in there. I think they got what it takes. Cowboys football team. Yeah. Football team looks terrible. They have no quarterback. So I got to give this one to the Cowboys. They also have no defense secondary other than Matthew Ioannidis and Chase Young. And other than that, their defense is nobody's. So I got to give this one to the Cowboys. Panthers, Saints. At the start of the year, I really wouldn't even thought twice about this decision. But as of right now, I like the Panthers. I do like the Panthers. Saints, Drew Brees has regressed. And even though he's had a few good games this year, he just isn't the same quarterback. And I think this Panthers, actually, second thought, I got to give this to the Saints. Okay, and the reason I say this is purely because they have one of the best offensive lines in the league. They have Alvin Kamara. They have all kinds of firepower on offense. And then on defense, they still have Jordan. They still have who else? What is his name? Secondary. Can't remember his name off the top of my head right now. But they have people on defense too. They have names, is what I'm saying. They have, people that are known. Panthers have Jeremy Chin. They have Derek Brown, who's having a really bad rookie campaign. I thought really highly of Derek Brown coming out of college, but his talent really hasn't shown yet. He's still good, don't get me wrong. It's just I think this will be a bad year. I think he's going to get in the weight room. He's going to get into a little bit better shape, and he's going to come out dominating next year. Brian Burns, Gross Matos. They have all this young talent on this Panthers squad, but I don't know if they can overcome this Saints team. We'll see. It's going to be a good game, I think. But I think the Saints will eke this one out. I thought Panthers at first, but I don't know. With no McCaffrey, if they get McCaffrey back, I'm picking Panthers. But no McCaffrey, I got to give this one to the Saints. Seahawks, Cardinals, Seahawks, Russell Wilson, man on a mission, truly. He wants the MVP. He wants it this year. You can tell. They really have been letting him loose, letting him do what he wants. Mostly because he has no offensive line, so he's just got to kind of run around back there and find somebody. DK Metcalf is also looking like one of the best, if not the best receiver in the league. He's looking good. I mean, D-Hop, but Metcalf is like freaking nature, 6'3", 4'3", 40-yard dash, 230 pounds. Yeah, that guy's like Calvin Johnson, but 2 inches shorter. Bears-Rams. This is going to be the game of the week, in my opinion. Other than maybe a Steelers-Titans. That could be. But I think this is the game of the week. Bears-Rams. And I'm going to give this to the Bears. The reason I do this is because the Rams looked horrible against the 49ers, and I think when they have to play against a elite defense, they're going to struggle. Akeem Hicks, Will Fuller, Khalil Mack, this Bears defense has the firepower. They have the strength to really compete with this Rams squad. And the only thing that really scares me about the Bears is Nick Foles and that offense really doing anything against Aaron Donald and Jalen Ramsey and company, but I still think they're really talented enough on the defensive side to really hold the Rams to probably the least points they're going to score this year, in my opinion. Personnel wise, this is what I'm going off of. But yeah, that's how I see this one going. But yeah, there's my picks right there: Browns, Bills, Steelers, Chiefs, Chargers, Packers, Patriots, Bucks, Eagles, Lions, Cowboys, Saints, Seahawks, Bears. That's how I'm going for this week. Let's take a look at Week 6. See how I did. I called the Colts winning. Did not call the Broncos winning. That was really surprising right there. I don't know what's going on over the Patriots. I called the Steelers, called the Titans, called the Dolphins, called the Chiefs, called the Ravens, called the Lions, called the Giants, called the Bears. So yeah, I did really good this week. Other than Falcons, Vikings, I did call Vikings, but I'm done with the Vikings now. I'm not betting on them again. If they can't beat this turmoil-riddled, stricken Falcons squad, I don't know who they're going to beat. I think they do have one win, right? Hold on. Where are they at? They have one win. Yeah, one. I don't remember who they beat, but they just don't look impressive. They don't look like they want to play. Bucks, Packers. I don't know which human being could have ever saw a 38-10 loss for the Packers this week. But if you did, congratulations to you. Still yet, this was a really weird game. I don't know what happened to Aaron Rodgers. This is like that pick six, man, just shocked every bit of juice out of him. Like he didn't want to be there after that. And then that second interception, the tip one was just, insult to injury. It was really all that was. Hated to see that, but I think Packers will bounce back. I don't think that's a terrible thing. 49ers, Rams. Yeah, I called Rams, but Niners look kind of good. They looked like last year, the Niners. Just a little bit this game. They play good defense. They don't have all of their defensive players back, but they got one of their good corners back, and it really showed. Their coverage in the secondary was just so much better than it has been. So the Niners maybe make it a little comeback here in the ensuing weeks here. They might get a little bit better. Cardinals, Cowboys. Yeah, I saw this one coming from a mile away, I'm going to be honest with you. Kyler Murray is just a man on a mission, like I said, and this Cowboys defense is nothing. They're really bad. And, it kind of pains me to say that because the Cowboys have Lawrence, DeMarcus Lawrence, who else do they have? Everson Griffin came from the Vikings to play for them. They have a few good people in their defensive line, but their interior defensive line is the weakest in the league, in my opinion. There's just so many holes on this roster now. I don't know what's happened to this Cowboys team. But yeah, Jason Garrett obviously wasn't the issue. It's funny to say that as it is. But yeah, this is my week 6 picks. What I go exactly? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 9 and 1, 9 and 2, 9 and 3, 9 and 4, 10 and 4. Okay, that's pretty good. So 10 and 4, week 6, week 7. Here's my picks again. Yeah. If you guys are still here, I appreciate it. If you like the content, drop a like, drop a subscribe. But until next time, guys, peace.